President Ford, I was at a dinner a few weeks ago, and Bob Strauss, Ambassador Strauss, who's with us tonight, spoke. He spoke about an exchange of letters he had with you. He was the chairman of the Democratic Party, and you were the President of the United States. And he talked about civility and how important it was that people respect each other, even though they may disagree. Looking at Washington today, in the year 2000, how does it look to you in terms of civility or lack thereof?
Tim, one of the best advice that I ever received came from a great Texas Speaker of the House. Shortly after I was sworn in 1949, Sam Rayburn got all the new freshman members of the House and gave them a lecture, which was a tradition that he followed. And one of the things he said, learn to disagree without being disagreeable. I've remembered that from the very beginning. Those were always the guideposts for Sam Rayburn. It was good advice then. It would be excellent advice, I think, today.
When I ran against Jerry, and when I ran against later Ronald Reagan, we never referred to each other as anything except my distinguished opponent, or my honorable opponent, or my worthy opponent. And this was a feeling in the country that even applied to most Senate and governor and congressional races as well. It wasn't an accepted thing to run a negative campaign.
Do you have any second thoughts about your pardon of President Clinton, President Nixon?
I noticed everybody got quiet to hear the answer.
And from a strictly political standpoint, do you believe that that pardon cost you re-election?
Oh, there's no question, but I must say this. There were people in the country who hated Mr. Nixon so much, under no circumstances would they forgive me. But when Jimmy and I closed out the campaign, I lost by about 1.5 or 2% of the vote. Anything, that being among them, could have made the difference. But it was a good campaign, a good election, and a good friend won. So I congratulate you, Jimmy.
Very nice.
Let me say one other thing, though, that you haven't asked about. If you ask a historian, of all the former presidents that have served in this country in the last 200 years, who are the two that have become the closest personal friends? It would be the two on the stage tonight.
That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.